What's going on, guys? Today this video is going to be quite painful. We ordered up some $350 eBay headers for the old big block for a 454 because they were the only ones with the rectangular or square ports for the exhaust. And we're going to show you the in-depth how to install and all the headaches I encountered. I hope you enjoy, because this one's going to be a good one, fellas. Another beautiful winter day here in Nova Scotia. What we're going to be doing today is putting some headers on the big block. So we finally got our parts order in, and right off the bat I found something I do not like. Look how much they reduced this pipe here. So I'm going to be using 3-inch, which is this. So in order to fix this issue, I'm going to have to cut this off here and weld this piece onto it to take its place. You know, this is just one of those things that when you buy these cheap header kits, sometimes you got to deal with this stuff, but no big deal. I want to show you guys one other thing when it comes to the Evil Bay headers. If you take this camera, well, maybe not so much the camera, but what you want to do when you buy these is look down this line, because a lot of times they're bowed or not flat, whatever you want to call it. It's always good to take and lay them on a flat surface. And as you can see, you got some air spots, so there's some minor grinding that you'll want to do right off the bat a lot of times, or you'll never get these things to seal and they'll annoy you, aggravate you, whatever you want to call it. So I just wanted to show you guys that. We're soon going to pull her in the shop here. It's a little smoky. Car on the hoist isn't good. Chances are I'll be laying on my back on the ground doing this afternoon, but we're going to get her done either way. So I'm going to start with getting this cut off and set this piece in and fire the old bubble stick up. Pretty happy with that. Oh, we got one little spot there. Okay guys, so we've got the old stock manifold off. And a little piece of stuff. And I've got this header ground pretty flat. I don't know if I can hold it steady so you can see it, but Anyway, I got most of the high ridges knocked off it. As you can see, it just takes a couple minutes of grinding to touch her up. I'm not going to use these cheap garbage gaskets. I'm going to use this nice triple layer steel. I find myself these are a much better, longer lasting type of gasket. So anyway, we're just getting the one side cut off her, and we're going to start fabricating, putting it together. You guys are probably wondering how it's going. What? Well, the answer is not very effing good. So this direct fitment foolishness that they claim, as you can see, there's still one laying in the chair, so we've only tackled the driver's side, which technically is the hard side. But we basically had to hack an edge off the motor mount, which you can't see nothing down here, I realize that. But had to cut quite an edge off of the motor mount. And now that we finally got them, you can bolt them to the engine and tighten them up. I don't know if you can see where I was hacking up in there. And I actually took the hammer and tapped the one pipe in a little bit. It hit my oil sensor here in the oil pan, so I'm just going to eliminate that with HP tuners. But yeah, as you can see, this thing comes right down in line with Mr. Drive Shaft. So we're having all kinds of fun. But we've only got a join to here. That's all 3-inch pipe from there back. So, boys and girls, it's been a battle. And what we have is we've got this thing combobulated up. Not the prettiest welds, not the worst welds. It shouldn't leak. But yeah, homemade bendy thingamajigger. 50% better flow. 0.5. Where's the old stuff? Oh, look. So this is pretty cute. This is what we had geared up before on her, which is like a 2 1/4, maybe 2 1/2, and a whole big mess here. And then just a not pretty, not good, no flow. So anyway, we've got one side almost completed. Hopefully the passenger side is only about half as hateful and miserable as this side was. Maybe we'll have a shot at getting it done in the next 3 days. But we've been pretty hard at her here all day, cutting at that mount, trying not to, we didn't really want to have to jack the motor up and all that great stuff. So yeah, we've got the other coupler geared up for the other side with the sensor into it. Hopefully that's going to work out good. Like the other side, we got way more room, so it should. But yeah, not really having a whole lot of fun, and it's like probably 2 in the afternoon. We've been at this thing since 8:30. So we'll keep you posted and see how it sounds afterwards. Well, day 2 on the exhaust. We are now making some 3-inch mufflers, because these are only 2 1/2, but luckily they had this nice little reducer before they come out with the 2 1/2, so I was able to just cut it back and slip a 3-inch in. You know, I'm no welder by no means, but I got a nice nice little link in there with gas, and it's pretty much impossible not to do a half decent job. But again, I'm no professional, learning as I go. I finally got a decent helmet so I can see what the F I'm doing. But we got the one side of the mufflers made up. The other one's laying here somewhere over there on the floor. Next step is get old Sally in, get her on the hoist, get her up in the air. And I had a lovely comment on Facebook that my truck is a piece of junk because of my pie cuts when I built my first exhaust. Well, sometimes, guys, you do what you can with what you have. You know, there was a point in time that I didn't have the finances that I have now, so again, I learned how to do things the hard way and with what I had to work with. So anyway, she's all coming off. As I said, I've got this beautiful $250 Evil Bay mandrel pipe kit. It comes with 4 pieces of everything, 4 4-footers, 4 45s, 4 90s, and 4 22.5s. And it's nice because they flared it at the one end, so you can literally just cut and piece it together, and it actually fits together tightly that you could probably get away with just clamping it. You probably wouldn't even have to weld it. But anyway, next step is get her in and get her done. Hopefully the passenger side header is only about a fraction as hateful as the driver's side was. Holy, that's burned up the whole day yesterday hacking at that mount. No room to work in there. Didn't really want to jack the motor up and take the mount out. So anyway, we got her done. Now we got to get the other side done and get those stacks straightened up because they're crooked as F. So you know, it would only be typical that we had a pinhole leak here in our driver's side setup, but this is what I constructed. Don't really want to hear anything about the welds because it was a real tricky spot to get up just to try to tack and set up, so it is what it is. But anyway, we just had to touch the back side up here a bit. I had a few pinholes. Now we're ready to put this side back on, and then I can finally tackle the other side. Yay. Yeah. Well, we're back again.
I don't think your pipe's going to fix that.
Typical issue after issue with these effing headers. Look at this, guys. That's my tranny cooler lines, and that's where that header hits. So what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to take this out. I'm going to shorten this section here, move this flange back. Hopefully Bob's your uncle.
Now Shane, you know when you...
So we're back on the bench again. And what we had to do was, we actually had to shorten this and change the angle. Once I shortened it, it was still running into those oil cooler lines. So I think this is now 7 times we've had this on and off the truck. Hopefully this is going to be the last. I just got to weld up my grinder cracks here where we took a pie slice and made a little angle onto it. And we're going to get this done hopefully sometime today, maybe.
I'll just walk.
There it goes.